Hi, I'm Doug Schulte with Select Machining Technologies here at the Geminis factory in Elgoibar, Spain. So I want to show you the new Geminis GT7i CNC lathe. This Geminis GT7i CNC lathe is a 4-bed guideway machine with 6 meters between centers, a 1.8 meter swing over the bed, and 1.5 meter swing over the carriage. This model is available with 1.6 meter swing or up to 2.0 meter swing over the bed with relative swing over the carriage as well. This carriage is equipped with the quick change system to go from this 12-station turning turret to a large boring bar device capable of 200 millimeter diameter by 3 meters in length. Some features of this machine is a 60 kilowatt main spindle drive, 75 kilowatt duty rated or 100 horsepower duty rated spindle. It has the FANUC 31i CNC control. The carriage is driven by 2 rack and pinion drives. So the rack in the dual motors drive the Z-axis. There is a ball screw drive for the X-axis. Ergonomically, when you're looking at a machine with 1.8 meter swing, typically the tooling is not as convenient to the operator. Typically the tooling is way in the back. Operator has very good access to changing tools, as well as very good access to the workpiece and the work holding. This machine was built for a customer that's doing big blocks for the oil and gas industry for extraction of offshore oil wells. So it's the pumping mechanism, the large block pumping mechanism. There's OD turning applications, then deep boring applications of those parts. Another feature I'd like to point out is this steady rest. This is an SMW Autoblock self-centering steady rest with capacity from 250 millimeters up to 750 millimeters. And it also has the ability to rotate 90 degrees off of center to allow for loading overhead, and then the steady rest can be swung into position so you can see the rotation base that allows that steady rest to rotate out of the way when it's not in use. The tailstock on this machine is an NC quill with a 220 millimeter quill diameter. You can see the digital load monitor that monitors the force of the tailstock quill. And this tailstock body, it has motorized movement along the bed. It has automatic clamping from the bed and then motorized movement along the entire length of the bed. Integrated tailstock center. We can also have a chuck adapter for the tailstock. We can also offer fully programmable body of the tailstock. One feature of the Geminis GT7i is chip evacuation. So if you look at the design of the bed's designed for chips to flow to either direction. And you can see the width of the chip conveyor in the front. And then there's also a chip conveyor in the rear of the bed to handle all the chips and coolant that are generated in this process. This area of the carriage is equipped for easy operator access, and you can see this area of the carriage is prepared for the back support of the boring bar. So when we have a 3.2 meter long boring bar, we need to support that boring bar over a longer span. So this turret would come off in the main boring bar carrier would be supported on the quick change system. And then here is where we would support the rear support for that boring bar that gives us the additional span of support that we need to carry those long boring bars. So it gets set on there, bolted into place, and it'll manage the back end of that boring bar as it travels in X-axis. The new enclosure of the GTI series, this is the standard enclosure where you have the main machine door that connects to the carriage, and then the chuck guard that protects the operator from the chuck rotation. These panels can be easily removed for maintenance of the spindle area. And then a lot of the critical things that need to be monitored by the operator day to day as far as maintenance are behind this door. So you can easily open this door to have access to the things that the operator needs to see on a daily basis. The GT7i, as this machine is configured, has load capacity between centers of 12 tons. That's 12 metric tons, 12,000 kilograms. This model is capable to be equipped of load capacity between centers up to 25 metric tons or 25,000 kilograms. With the quick change carriage, we can put multiple different options and accessories on that carriage. From the standard 12-station turret that you see here to a live tool turret with live tooling with Y-axis, with a grinding device, with a milling column. Anything that your application requires, we can adapt to using the quick change carriage. Between centers distance, even I mentioned this one has 6 meters between centers. We can build this machine with anywhere from 1 meter between centers up to 24 meters between centers. So length is purely up to the customer's option.